Now, you've talked recently about the store of love, and I think as a sort of rhetorical counterpoint to the implication that the BJP represents a store of hate. My question to you is, are you updating your idea of what secularism is to suit the times we're in, the challenge that you're facing? Because this is a very different challenge.
By the way, it's not a rhetorical idea.
Okay.
It's a practical idea. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything rhetorical about it. I walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, right? And halfway through that walk, I started asking myself a question. And I was in politics from 2004. And I started asking myself, why have I never used the word love as a politician? And nobody uses it, right? We use anger, we use hatred. Every day you can read it. Nobody uses love. And then I was like, well, let me try. It works. It works much better than hatred. And it works practically, right? So, and I can't stress to you how effective and how powerful it is. So it's not a rhetorical thing. Love and affection are values that everybody accepts. Everybody feels. You feel it for your family, you feel it for your country, you feel it for your friends. So why is it not in the political lexicon? Right? So I think it's not a question of redefining secularism. I think that there is a stream of politics in India represented by Mahatma Gandhi that starts with this question. And that was what his life was about. That we are not going to accept violence, hatred, anger as values. I used to, you're saying rhetorical. I was in politics from 2004 to when the Yatra started. Nobody. If I used to meet them, they used to say, hello, Mr. Gandhi, how are you? Very nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Nobody ever said, I love you. Now, no, I'm serious. Now I walk out, I'm serious. I walk out to a restaurant and after the restaurant saying, we love you. No. I mean, I don't understand why is it it's sort of some complex, right? That politicians have, that somehow they're not allowed to show affection for people, or they're not allowed to be affectionate, they're not allowed to be loving. And I discovered that, I did it in my yatra, and it's changed my way of looking at my work completely. So I think it's a very powerful thing.
So let me think of questions while I am asking a final one, because I'm going to give you about 20 minutes worth of questions. I'm sure there are a lot of them.
I want to just touch one thing that you said, the idea of secularism.
Yeah.
See, India at its heart, right, is a union of languages, traditions, histories, religions, everything, right? And that's just the design of India. When you have lunch here, you get first course, salad, first course, second course. We don't get any of that. We get a thali with everything placed inside it. Right? And nobody is sitting there saying, okay, what's the first course? What's the second course? No, they're like, it's a jumble. And all the food has the same value. Right? Nobody says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the dal, I'm going to separate it from the rice, and I'm only going to eat the rice, I'm not going to eat the dal. Right? So this idea of mixing and merging, this is India. And in India, this is a very deep philosophical idea. When Indian people go to a temple, or when Sikh people or people from any religion in India go to their religious places, what they're doing is merging with the deity. Right? They're doing this. And that is the nature of India. You can't remove it. And the misunderstanding that the BJP and the RSS have is that they think that India is a whole bunch of separate things. It's not. So we don't need to redefine anything. It's already there.
I can't help, and this will be my last question, I can't help branding this the Rahul Gandhi Love Actually campaign.
You're going wherever you want.
This has got to. But put
it's
that...
a lot more fun.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling
you go
that.
in politics, you go and then you shout at that guy, and then that guy shouts back at you, then you abuse him, then he abuses you back. It's boring stuff. It's tiring, you know.
So, between now and...
Like, you'll be surprised. I mean, you will be surprised, but I don't actually hate Mr. Modi. I don't. Like, I get up in the morning and, okay, you know, he's got a point of view, fine. I don't agree with his point of view, but I don't hate him. And in fact, in many moments, I empathize with him. Right? So it's not that I think that he's my enemy and now I hate him and he's got to be... No. He's got a different point of view, I got a different point of view. I have empathy and compassion for what he's doing. And I think that's a much better place to be. Instead of this thing that, you know, him versus me. I don't think that's productive.
Just very briefly explain, and I know it's hard to do it briefly, and I accept your point that love actually thing isn't just rhetorical. I stand corrected.